guess, frustrating has this stretch been for you guys?
I mean, it's always frustrating when you lose, but it's you know, I think it's all about how you build character from this and come out of it. You know, everybody have those rough patches throughout the season at some point, and I just, you know, we just there. You know, dealt with injuries early on. You know, when we were trying to get a rhythm and everything, but you know, it's just how we come out of this. You know, it's always frustrating losing. You know, but it's a lot you can learn from it. It's a lot of character within that could be built from this that give you the, you know, the competitive nature to kind of come out of this even better.
When you look at Keegan and his struggles from three, as a vet, how do you put your arm around a guy and help him get through a situation like this?
I mean, it's a daily thing. We in here every day practicing. If it's film, if it's something we see, if we going through walkthrough, if we shooting, whatever it is, like constant dialogue that you know people don't get to see outside of us just going out and play a game. You know, it's a lot of things that as a collective we tend to try to do for one another. You know, because we all need it. You know, just because one person's struggling, we just don't point to that one person. You know, it's a us thing. You know, so just being confident. You know, reps, continue to stay the course, and kind of weather this tough time right now. We'd be all right.
You've talked a lot about the mental side of basketball. Just how much is this just like trying to get young players through the mental side?
Yeah, I mean, that's the toughest part now. You know, it's so easy to see with, you know, if you play bad, what everybody got to say about it. You know, and I think a lot of people don't put that in consideration in a sense of, you know, everybody kind of, you know, built different. You know, so a lot of times if you're going through something, it could be something outside of basketball that you're dealing with that's affecting basketball, but you're getting talked about what's going on in basketball. You know, that could take a toll. You know, so it's definitely tough in so many different ways. Not saying this is going on with anybody specifically, but, you know, it's just tough at times from the mental standpoint to keep yourself up when you got so many people reaching at you about this person saying this writer said this could happen. Sometimes you just got to find a way just to be, you know, tunnel vision and concentrate and pay attention to what matters. So, you know, I can only imagine how tough it is for, you know, young people now. I remember you used to have to buy the newspaper when I first came in the league. So, you know, yeah. Damn, that sound old.
It is.
Physically, how are you? I mean, I know coming back after the back.
Yeah, I'm glad I took the previous 2 games. It was 2 games, right? Yeah. I'm glad I just kind of stayed back and, you know, I got treatment twice a day. I was just on it, doing everything I needed to do to just get my back right, because the first time when I came back, you know, I think I kind of like rushed it. It still was bothering me a lot. So I just wanted to get it all the way right, so it wouldn't be something, you know, I deal with throughout the season. So, you know, I'm feeling good physically.
Well, there's a pretty big difference between like growing pains and a team regressing. Why do you feel what this team is going through right now is more on the growing pain side of you're going to come out of this stronger than team just taking steps back?
I mean, because the talent there, you know, it's hard to come across talent, you know, anywhere. You know, we have a great collective talent of guys, you know, and we showed it early on what we capable of doing. But, you know, you don't expect, you know, with new additions, whether if it's myself and a couple other guys being implemented in, me missing games, knocking on wood, that I normally don't miss so early. You know, a lot of things could throw off a rhythm, you know, and sometimes when it's steamrolled that way, it could look and feel worse than what it really is. And I think from that standpoint, I know we're going to be all right.
When you've gone through stretches on a team before like this in your career, was it just a gradual get back, or was there like an aha?
Nah, it's a gradual thing. You know, you stay the course, you stay focusing in on what's important, and you take it step by step. You know, you can't really think you're going to hit a home run and feel it right away. You know, you got to do all the necessary things, and, you know, before you know it, you look up. You know, now, you know, you look, you know, everybody's killing like a team like Milwaukee, for example. You know, they had all the talent in the world, and, you know, they just wasn't clicking at that right time. Now look at them. You know, people don't even talk about the first couple of weeks, and, you know, that's what you got to pay attention to. That's what this league is all about, you know, and as long as you stay focused on the goal, you'll be all right.
I know you
mentioned kind of being able to learn things from some of these. What do you feel like kind of going back watching that Spurs game and the recent stretch in general, you guys can clean up moving forward?
I mean, just it's a lot of things, you know, from, you know, changing stuff up defensively, getting them different looks after seeing a couple threes going for them. It's a lot of things that you take from a game, but for the most part, you know, just being competitive. You know, we got to compete for 48 minutes of a game and control what we could control. You know, it was a lot of mental mistakes we made on ourselves. You know, even me at the end of the game with not, you know, helping, you know, big fella box out Wemby, and he get his hand on the ball, get a tip out, and not give us opportunity to come down, you know, possibly tie up the game. So little things like that we just got to pay attention to.
You guys have high expectations, and you're sitting at 9-12, not playing well at home right now. Do you feel the pressure right now, and like how do you kind of navigate that?
Pressure? No, I don't feel pressure. I just look at it more so one game at a time. You know, we got Houston tomorrow. Start with that. You know, You know, you can't look at the whole spectrum of everything, or it'll drive you crazy. You know, you gotta take it one game at a time. Like, it's not even. Is it December?
It is now.
It's
It's December now. Like, it's barely December. You know, it's a lot of basketball that need to be played. It's a lot of things that's going to happen throughout the season. It's a lot of ups and downs every team going to go through. You know, and I'd rather have these issues now and correct them in due time so we can come out of this with the goal that we try to reach.
How do you battle that not having an overreact, realizing it's December, but all the while still wanting that sense of urgency?
I mean, it's different for me for being in the league so long. So from my experience, it's just me giving the knowledge of understanding that, you know, it's a long season. You know, you got to take it game by game and kind of be that balance, that even keel to the rest of the guys who probably, you know, could overreact or feel you know, frustration a little bit more. You know, a guy like me, I try to come in and, you know, put things in perspective for them, you know, and find that even balanced kill and, you know, attack it one game at a time.
Last question.
I don't think we asked you about Jae since he signed here. Just what was your familiarity like with him before?
I mean,
first impressions.
I mean, competing against him, his whole career. One thing about him, I always had the utmost respect for him, for the competitor he was. You know, playing against him, he always guarded me, so it brought the best out of me every single time I played against him. You know, those are guys that, you know, the night before you lay down a little bit earlier. You know, you get your rest. You lock in. You kind of a little bit more serious going into the game because he's gonna compete. He's gonna talk trash. He's gonna push you. He's gonna make everything difficult. And it don't matter how many shots you make on him, he's gonna keep coming. So a guy like that, you know, I got the utmost respect for.